is this young Scooter situation. Okay. So first of all, young Scooter is a guy that he was a rapper out here in Atlanta, and about not really a week ago, a few days ago, on his birthday, unfortunately, he ended up dying in, I guess you would say, a freak accident. All right. What they were saying is that they received a call to his residence. Someone called 911, alleged that there was a woman being drugged in or outside of the home and things. And the police get to the location. There were two men there. Those two men cut out running. One of the men did return. The other man, I guess, in effort to jump the fence or hide from the police or whatever, he injured himself, and it ended up being a fatal injury. All right. They're saying that it was something that happened to his leg. I don't know if he severed an artery or what had broke his leg. And that's what I'm not sure what happened. But it was a lot of different speculation surrounding it. One minute you're hearing that, he was shot, and then they said, oh, the police did it. And then the police were like, wait a minute, you guys are mixing up two different situations, okay? There was an incident that happened by State Farm. It was a shooting that took place, but unfortunately that did not have anything to do with him. Actually, once we found him, after he injured himself, we did give him medical attention, but unfortunately he did pass away at the hospital on his birthday. All right. So, after that took place, police decided to seek out the individual that made that 911 call. And I want us to go ahead and get into what that was all about. So let me hop over here, and I want to share my screen, and we'll get into what was said. All right.
We turn now to that breaking news in Atlanta. Police say the 911 call that led to the death of rapper Young Scooter was a lie. Police arrested the woman who made that 911 call earlier tonight.
Fox 5's Tom Haynes joins us with the details. Tom, what are we finding out?
Well, startling development considering the context of that call, Courtney and Russ. Atlanta police officers say that took the 31-year-old Demetria Spence into custody within the last few hours. Investigators now say that 911 call led to the death of 39-year-old rapper Young Scooter. This all started Friday in southeast Atlanta, where investigators say Spence told 911 operators there was something seriously wrong at a home on William Nye Drive. In audio obtained by Fox 5, Spence claims a woman with a child was bleeding and shots were fired.
I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl.
Police now say Spence made that call from a 911 only phone, and it was a lie. When officers got to the home, they say the two men ran out the back door. One of those men was rapper Young Scooter, whose real name is Kenneth Bailey. Police say Bailey injured himself jumping over a fence, and today the medical examiner ruled Bailey died from a penetrating injury to his right thigh. Oh, wow. They say that his death was accidental. APD has stressed that social media posts claim Bailey was shot by officers. Well, that's false. The department has insisted no officers fired their weapons at the scene. Demetria Spence is now charged with transmitting a false public alarm. She's being held in the Fulton County Jail. Meantime, APD has not provided a motive for that call. But in the aftermath of what happened after that call was placed, someone wound up losing their life.
Yeah, a surprising turn of events with this situation. Tom, thanks.
Sure.
Thanks, Tom.
Now listen, my question is, at some point, are they going to upgrade the charges? But let me get into another news report, and then we'll talk about more.
New this morning while you were sleeping, we got the mugshot of 31-year-old Demetria Spence, who Atlanta police say placed a fake 911 call that ended in the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. Today, the woman charged with making that fake call before the events that led to the rapper's death will go before a judge. 31-year-old Demetria Spence is currently in custody at the Fulton County Jail, and that is where we find 11 Lives Karis Belger. Karis, let's talk about what charges is Spence facing.
Well, Spence is charged with transmitting a false public alarm. She's scheduled to have her first appearance at noon today. Police put out a public call earlier this week asking for the voice of the woman who made those 911 calls to be identified. Later, they say Spence was taken into custody. Young Scooter, whose legal name was Kenneth Bailey, died from injuries to his leg, according to the medical examiner. A statement says he, quote, punctured his right thigh, which led to blood loss. Now, police say they were called to a home on William Nye Drive Southeast on March 29th about a dispute and a report of a woman being dragged into a home. The caller, who police say was Demetria Spence, claimed there were gunshots. Atlanta police say officers knocked on the door of the home and a man opened the door before closing it in their faces. Officers say then 2 men, including Bailey, left the home and jumped a fence. And officers say they were not able to corroborate the claims made in those 911 calls. Here's a little bit of that audio.
The situation that's going on right now, this girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there.
Now, Atlanta police have released a statement, and they reiterated in that statement that they did not fire their weapons during their interaction with Bailey or any of the others, nor did they use force. Right now, the incident is still under investigation. I'm Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
All right, Karis, thank you. And
So that is what they are saying. Now, what I was hearing is that the young lady called from a completely different county. So when she called them about an incident that she said was happening right at that time, it actually wasn't happening at that time, and maybe it happened at a later time, I don't know. But how she's talking about it is as if she's witnessing it or just witnessed it happen, but she made a call from a completely different county is what's being stated. So that's the part where I'm not sure, y'all. So that's what I've been seeing, that she made a call from a completely different county. She wasn't even there. The police officers were saying she lied about this call. And my thing is this though. It could have been a little piece of truth. I don't know, but why the hell would they take off running if they know they did nothing wrong, right? I don't know, unless they already had some probation on them or something. I don't know the reasons for why one made the decision to run. Therefore, some people are feeling like, well, that's his own fault, because had he not run, he wouldn't have, died or whatever the case is. But then some people are like, well, wait a minute, because had she never made that phone call, he would have never been in a position to where he had to run, which therefore would lead to him dying, right? So I don't know, okay? A lot of people have been upset over this situation. They are glad that this woman has indeed been caught. What led her to say this, what her connection is to Scooter or anyone in that house, I don't know. Okay. I feel like more details may be coming out now that we know exactly who she is, the person that placed this phone call and stuff. It didn't sound like, well, I don't know if she could have been a person that a victim that was harmed over here at this house or something. Okay. But either way, she wanted them to check it out because she's like, they be doing drugs or they got some stuff going on in that house. And listen, I'm gonna be honest, the way he ran, the way both of them ran kind of made me think y'all probably had some stuff going on, just a little piece. Okay. Don't know, but that's just what it would seem like. If I was an officer, I would think that y'all had some stuff going on too, right? But what we're here for is we're looking for the young lady that we were told was harmed. They could not find a young lady at all to confirm anything that caller had to say. So I don't know if that caller, this woman Demetria, is going to speak up and give additional details, to the judge, say, or whoever, saying, I actually witnessed this, I saw this, it was this girl, whatever. I don't know if she's going to be forthcoming with additional information or not. And if she isn't, and it is absolutely, because right now the police are saying that it was a false report. So if it's later, with further investigation proving that it's a false report, I wonder if his family is going to try to push for her charges to likely be upgraded, considering the fact that they're going to try to blame her for his death in some capacity. But y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what side you guys are on. If you feel like, well, hey, had he never ran, he wouldn't be in this situation. Or if you feel like, had she never called, he wouldn't be in this situation. So I'll leave that for you guys to debate down below in the comments. Okay. Rest in peace to him. It's a crazy way. That's one of those final destination type of ways to pass away on your birthday. Like, that is just wow. Okay. So I'll let you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below.